Hey, it's Miss Cole. You ever have a day when you just were not having a good day? You didn't actually have any reasons for why you weren't having a good day. You just kind of felt blah. So I've been telling myself that I want to make this unboxing video, and I know I do, and I know I'm going to enjoy doing it. I know I'm going to feel good about it. But man, today, it's just, nothing terrible has happened, but just kind of not feeling it today. But I do want you to know that I am very grateful, and I am looking forward to the new school year. Some days you're just not feeling it, and that's okay. Anyhow, I got some new stuff that I knew was off my Amazon teacher wish list, but I didn't want to say anything or post a video about, oh, somebody got me stuff without having the stuff to show. So without further ado, one of the things people got is these are, here we go, sheet protectors. Now, these are not super fancy or anything exciting on their own, but this is a fantastic way to show student work without having to stick the work up on the wall or pin it to a bulletin board or staple it or anything like that. You can just stick it in there. The sheet protector can be attached to the wall or the bulletin board or whatever, and you can switch it out more easily without damaging the work. And so sometimes, just a couple of times I've noticed that I go to take the work down and give it back to the student, and it's something that's really nice, and then I'm careful taking it off, and yet not careful enough, and then I feel really bad. But I'm like, well, I guess the fact that the corners are ripped shows that you did a good job. So this will prevent that. Thank you so much. As I'm getting the next thing out, I almost forgot. This was another one where it was completely anonymous and didn't leave any message or anything or tell me who you are. And that's totally your prerogative. Not going to diss you for that, but I'm a little bit pouty because I want to say, hey, so-and-so, thank you. That is awesome. But whoever you are, I really appreciate you. And also those of you who have retweeted my list, or who have commented with your list on some of my posts. That's great. I love the sense of community that we get from doing this together. People talk about how, oh, it's terrible that teachers have to do this, but I actually like it. The sense of togetherness that we have when we share each other's lists, and people who we don't even know but are part of our community that cares about education and wants to provide these extra things for our students. I am so grateful that I have a school system that prioritizes educational needs. We have paper, we have pencils, we have pens, sort of the basic stuff. We have photocopies. We have, several photocopiers. They don't always work at the same time, but we've got colleagues who'll say, okay, just use my copier code, and, we can make it work. We make it work. It's not perfect, but no system ever is. No person ever is. So this time of year, there's some negging that goes on. School system should provide what teachers need. Yeah, but there's value in saying, hey, this is stuff that's unique to my classroom. This is stuff that I'm doing that other teachers aren't, and that's cool. They're doing their own thing. I'm doing this thing. And people can say, yes, I believe in you, and I believe in what you're doing. That is special. That is really special. So, rings and things. So, it's very noisy, so I'm going to set it down. One of the things my school's been doing recently is the homeroom period is 40 minutes. And it's actually after our first class, so that students can't just come late and miss homeroom and be like, oh, I didn't miss anything important, because homeroom students will actually loop with that teacher for all 4 years of high school, 9th grade through 12th grade. And the intent of this is to build community among that small group of that particular class, and to build relationships between those students and that teacher. And so one of the things that I really haven't been as focused on is outside games, or games that aren't connected to our curriculum. I have a lot of language-based games because I'm an ELA teacher, but I am going to, I had a set of students. We've been doing this for about, no, I remember. We've been doing this for 3 years because the first year that we tried it out, that was when COVID hit. So my students were sophomores. My homeroom students were sophomores at the time. And so they just graduated this past year. So I'm getting a whole new group of freshman students for my homeroom. And so I'm like, okay, in August, and then especially into September and October, the weather's going to be super nice. Be great to go outside for a little bit and play some outside games. I don't really have any. And other teachers do, but I don't want to be like mooching off them all the time. But what I thought about is games that we can play outside that can be used in different ways. So the rings are useful because we have a construction class and I can purchase dowel rods and get them to make them into stakes. So the rings can be used to toss onto the stakes, and the stakes are the targets. On the other hand, I can get students to donate mismatched socks and then get some beat up tennis balls from the tennis coach that are no longer worthy to be used and put them inside the socks, and they make like lawn darts, and you can toss those, and then the rings are the targets. So it's still a target-based game, but it's a little bit different, and we can do different things with them. So I'm pretty stoked about that. That's also a nice segue into the next thing that was donated, which is these. Now, they look like they're just plastic, but they have a nice heft to them. This is a bocce set. And so, I mean, you can use this just to play bocce ball. But we can also use it with the rings for something that's similar to what around here is called cornhole, but I grew up with calling it just like beanbag toss. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's called cornhole because the beanbags were stuffed with corn instead of beans down in the South, and you would toss them into a hole. IDK. At any rate, so you can use the balls and roll them towards the circles, the rings, again, as targets. So I'm thinking about also with the construction class, maybe having them use some scrap wood, see if we could have actual lawn bowling, use some of this for pins. So I'm thinking about some options for that as well. So again, thinking about how we can use the same thing in multiple different ways. And then I have, oh wait, is this, wait, I got a message. No. It just tells me what's in there. Oh, I was so excited. I'm like, somebody, I know who this is. I know this is just items. Darn it. I was so stoked. All right. And last, but, oh wait, no, under this one. Wait, more. Scott, thank you. I appreciate this so much. Thank you so much. So yes, so I did have this. Yay! Okay, and then this I've been really stoked about. And literally in one of my tweet chats, I think just yesterday, somebody mentioned this series of games. There's actually other ones, but I specifically got this one because the way it was described made me think that it would be great for both initiating and developing relationships. So I'm very curious. Actually, where did my scissors go? I'm going to open it up and I'll read you some of the questions. So these are like question cards that are designed to kind of like, would you prefer this or this? Which is a great thing, but I can make that myself and I can put it up with Kahoots or just have, scrap paper, whatever. But I was curious about these. So the Skin Deep card game. Rethink how you connect. Share humanity. Okay, how to play. Wow, they're very specific about this. Sit facing one another with a foot of distance between you. So like, that's maybe between like your knees. Because otherwise that's like really close. That's like smooching distance, y'all. Choose 12 random cards from the deck. Take 30 seconds to relax and look at each other. Person 1 begins and asks a question. Person 2 answers, then asks the same question back. Continue back and forth through all 12 questions. This is interesting. Every question must be asked, but you don't have to answer the question. To earn the right to remain silent, you must look the person in the eye for 10 seconds before saying pass. That is interesting. Like I like that, but also it's a little bit challenging, but maybe not, hopefully not too much. So that's kind of interesting. I like that. I'll be intrigued to see how that works out. And I'm a rebel. I do what I want. So may not. So I'll just grab, maybe I'm not going to redo the full 12 because y'all got better things to do. And also, I don't want another copyright strike. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so here we go. Here's 1, 2, 3. There's 4. Spread out. There you go. All right. This is really weird. Okay, so this is for friends. Doesn't really make sense but I guess it's a good opener. What is it about me that makes you think I understand you? Definitely worth some thinking there, especially for students who are just entering high school and may not even have ever seen each other before. When did you realize you could trust me? Obvious answer there for people who've never seen each other before. Not yet. What's the most unique thing about me? What I like about this question is it's going to be a great one to come back to after, like, later in the year or even in subsequent school years. Because when we first read these with the new students who, again, may not have known each other, what's the most unique thing about me? It's going to be very superficial. But as they get to know each other, they'll have different answers for the same question. 15 years from now, how do you think our relationship will have changed? Well, probably we will not actually be in contact anymore since this is high school and we've moved on. On the other hand, there is social media. So I've gotten back in touch with some of my high school classmates and friends that, I'd really lost touch with. So thanks, Zuckerberg and whoever else. All right, so this is when I was like, somebody doesn't get this. I'm going to have to fork out for myself. So I'm really excited about this. And yeah, I'm kind of feeling better. So thank you so much. Thanks, Scott. And if you have the opportunity, please go on social media, look for the hashtag clear the list or adopt a teacher. There are some others floating around. And even if you can't actually donate, just retweet some of their lists so that it gets some more traction. Or just comment, say thank you for what you do, or look at their list and look at what they're trying to do and offer some encouraging insights. These are some things, I like that you're making your classroom brighter, or I like that you're engaging students, things like that. Those are so important to teachers as much as getting the materials that they want to make their classroom special. Thank you so much for supporting us in what we do. Bye.